Hi, it's Jen with Counseling You into Adulthood, and today we are going to talk about something called supplemental enrollment. And this is for those of you who are in K through 12 here in Minnesota. And again, this might be something that takes place in other states in the US. I don't know. I am a Minnesota licensed high school counselor. I'm technically licensed K through 12, but I am a high school counselor right now, so I know what is licensed and allowed in the state of Minnesota. So check with your counselors in your state if this is something you're interested in. But this is something I want to talk to you about because it is something that I've actually taken advantage of with my own child and something that most people don't know anything about. So I want to share it with you. Supplemental enrollment basically means that you have the option for your child to take up to half of their courses in an online setting and the other half in a brick and mortar setting, okay? This is if your child is in a public school. If they are homeschooled, you do not have that option. And if they are in a private school, you do not have that option. Okay, so public school, charter school is fine. Public traditional school is fine. Okay, but basically the state of Minnesota Department of Education says, hey, you as a parent have every right to pick the type of educational setting that you want for your child. And especially after COVID, a lot of families were like, hey, we really enjoyed the online setting, but we want our student to continue to have some of that socialization. So this is a really great way for your child to get a little bit of both. And by the way, this was going on well before COVID, but I really want to make sure that you know about it. So what you can do, if this is something that you're interested in, is you're going to want to go to the Minnesota Department of Ed website, and I will put it in my comments for you. But you're going to go to their website, and they have a list of pre-approved providers, online schools, that you can use for your child to get online courses through. One of them is Minnows, where I've been working for the last 6 years, where my own child has gone for 4 years of her high school career, and she's really loved it, really thrived. It's been a really great experience for her, but it's been a really great way to get some online learning combined with some in-person learning. Granted, online learning is not for everyone, and we fully recognize that. If you are thinking that maybe your child wants to go fully online, doing a part-time online and part-time in person is a great way to see if that's the way you want to go before maybe doing, a full transition into it. But you'll want to go to this website and start doing some research to see what schools are out there and to see what types of options you have available to you. The nice thing about online schools is really most of them are available to you. Some of them are district specific. But some of them, like Minnesota Online, are statewide. So then, it doesn't matter where you live. But once you find a school that you are interested for your child, you can go ahead and enroll at that school. And then you also need to notify your school counselor at the school that your child is currently enrolled in, at their home district, because you will need to have them fill out what's called a supplemental notice of registration. And the home school has to sign off on that and help you come up with the list of classes that your student will take online. Now, some schools, and my own in particular, have said to me, this is not legal. This isn't something you can do. That's not true, okay? And if you need to, there's a wonderful man named Jeff Plowman who works at the Minnesota Department of Ed who can call your school district on your behalf and explain the law to them. Because again, the Minnesota Department of Ed wants you as a parent to have a choice and have a say in your child's education, okay? So you need to get your school to sign this paper and they will sign it. They need to sign it. But it just says basically that your school district knows that your child will be taking now anywhere from 1 to up to half of their classes online, and that you've worked with the counselor to figure out what classes those would be. And it really can be any of their classes. It can be math, science, social studies, or it could be just elective classes. It can be whatever you have worked out that you want them to take, okay? Whatever you think is best. In the case for my child, it was, she didn't feel comfortable with a science teacher, so we decided to switch her science to online. And because that was a second period class, we decided we would take her out of her first period class as well, so that, just first and second period, she would be home, and then third and fourth period, she would go in school. So that's how we chose which classes we would take her out of. But it depends on, how you're going to be getting your child to and from school. And, there's a lot of different pieces of the puzzle that you need to consider when you're thinking about what classes your child will be taking at school versus at home, and how helpful your school counselors and school staff will be about adjusting schedules for your student. Some schools are really great about it, and other schools are not happy about losing your student and their seat time. Because let's be honest, when you pull your student out of their school for class time, that means that your home district is losing money. And some schools really worry about every penny and aren't quite so worried about the quality of the education that your student is getting. So again, you'll have your student get that paperwork filled out. It's just a 2-page document, the Supplemental Student Notice of Registration. Basically, page 1 is all about the student, general contact information, why you're wanting your student to go online, and then a parent and a student will sign it. Page 2 wants to know about the district that they're coming from, who the contact person is, that the school is on board, and then a signature from someone at the school. And then those 2 pages get sent to the new online school that you have signed up with. And then the new school will help you, make sure that you get signed up for the correct courses. And then hopefully all is well. At Minnesota Online, you can sign up each quarter, you can sign up each semester, each year, whatever you choose with your home school to do works for us, but each online provider might do things a little bit differently. We just want to make sure that, we're helping provide your student a good education and helping, put them into something that's really going to help give them a more positive environment and help them to learn better. And then one other thing I want to throw in there too is that if your student has a 504 or an IEP, if you don't know what those are, don't worry about it. Then that means it doesn't pertain to your child. But if they do, we always will ask you to send that information to us, or we'll request it from the school. So that information will always follow your student no matter what school they go to. So we will always take those accommodations and apply them at the online environment as well. So just know that information will always carry with your child no matter what school they go to. So if you have any other questions about how that supplemental learning works, please let me know. We are always taking new students every quarter at Minnesota Online. So if you have a student 9 through 12 that's interested, please feel free to reach out and let me know. And actually, we can even take students that are younger if you and they feel that they are ready to take a 9th grade level class. My own daughter actually did it. In 8th grade, she was taking several 9th grade level classes because she was ready and wanted the challenge. And actually it set her up so that she could graduate a full year early. So if you're looking for, different unique situations like that, we're ready to help. So please feel free to reach out and let me know what questions, concerns, or comments you have. So take care and keep trying your best.